Alright, hey, what's up, guys? We're here with the second episode of the Pwncast. I'm Pwncast, also known as Yo Sizzle. Got Ponaholic.
What's good, my dudes?
Also known as Spencer Brinks. Freddie Rivas.
What's up?
Also,
he's a little stoned, you know.
Also known as Super Whack. Ryan.
Oh,
RM Howard. And our homie Devin.
oh, good. So tonight's episode was wow, to say the least.
There was so much going on.
It was
Wow.
really... I can't believe what happened in the end and how quickly...
I know, man.
Start
Like,
at the beginning, fuck the end.
Yeah, there's a lot in the beginning, too.
up
Dude,
to
honestly,
when
dude,
there was 10 minutes left in the episode, I was thinking, damn, there's going to be so much to talk about for tonight's Pwncast. But then the climax of the episode was just like, where the fuck did that come from? Hold up.
Did anybody recognize the people from the story at the beginning when what was it? Dale was interrogating, and he talked about the dude whose daughters got hit up.
Who were they talking about?
You guys, it was in the very first couple of episodes, before they get to the farm, and they're walking through the forest, they roll up on the camp, you see the dude, he hung himself, he wasn't a zombie yet, he had hung himself, and his two daughters were dead, but not zombies either, so they assumed when they came in, I think the way they were saying it was they were like, oh, they must have just been like, oh, we're done with this world, and went out. But that camp was actually murked by the people he just described in the beginning of this episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't even
I
put
did
that
not.
together.
I forgot about
I
that.
put everything
Yeah,
together.
I caught that Daryl caught something, but I didn't
Yeah.
know what he
I didn't
caught.
know
Yeah.
if it was from his past or something, but
Right
obviously it's not.
there. That's Doctor Who puzzle
Dude,
work
Freddie,
right
let me see
there.
the bong, man.
Alright, and then, dude, when Carl went in there and looked at Randall,
Dude,
I thought he was gonna shoot him. I thought he was gonna shoot him. in the
I
head.
thought so
Yeah.
too.
I was
for
going
sure.
fucking crazy, fool.
Dude, Carl is a G.
That feels not. Dude,
He's
that
well,
feels
he's
crazy.
a little nutty.
That feels
He's nutty,
stupid.
don't get me wrong.
He's just dumb.
He is a little dumb and a little nutty,
It's like a
but
mini Shane, dude.
He's not going to be dumb and
Yeah.
nutty anymore because he just recognized that zombie at the end and realized that it's his fault that shit went down.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
point I want to
I think
address.
he thinks it was his fault.
oh yeah, he definitely realized that in the end.
Yeah.
That's
That if he
definitely
wouldn't
his
have
fault.
killed that zombie.
I want to bring up the fact that in a zombie apocalypse, you can't. I don't know. Maybe
Blame
I'm wrong.
yourself for everything.
No. I'm talking about the way they treat Carl. You know, he wants to be more involved with the group. He wants to act like, you know, he's an adult. You know, he wants to contribute more.
Their baby.
So to just baby him and brush him off, like let the adults do their thing. Well, that's only going to propel him to do what he like. You know what I mean? If the way
You're
Shane
probably
shrugged him
right,
off.
but they want him to grow up. If he grows up, like he's what? Like how old do you think? he is?
Probably
He's
10.
like 11,
Probably
right?
like
Yeah.
10 or
11,
11. If he grows up as a 10 or 11-year-old in a world like that, how stable is he going to be emotionally and mentally? They just want him to grow up like a normal person at least
I
while he's a
understand
kid.
that, but-
and you're
But
right.
he won't be ready.
If they treat him like a baby,
Yeah.
it's only gonna make him rebel more, and you know what I mean. Like go off on his own to like lurk with some zombie and like pull a gun on him, try to shoot him in the head. That's him trying to prove to himself like I'm grown up, I can take care of myself. Fuck Shane, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Hey,
so
wouldn't
if they're, I mean, they should basically in a world like that, you need to be real with your children. Maybe not let them participate. You know, obviously he didn't need to be there for discussing what's going to happen with Randall or even be there to witness him getting killed. But they can't
Can
just.
I chime in on that?
Yeah.
If he needs to be a part of the group, everybody's making that decision. You're talking about him needing to be a part of the group. That technically he shouldn't be left out of that decision, even an 11-year-old kid
Fair
in that
enough.
world.
Fair enough.
Because that's leaving him in the dark and
Yeah.
not knowing what he should be doing, and it'll
Yeah,
lead
but-
to him running off again.
I don't know. About
He
that.
is a child, but you can't
It's
just
a new
like
world.
you can't just pretend he
Okay,
isn't
what if-
living in the zombie apocalypse. You gotta
Exactly.
tell him. You gotta be real with him.
What if
you
it
know
was
what I mean?
Sophia or something? She was kind of. I don't know. Would you really like count her vote?
Dude, this fool's a kid. He doesn't
He's a
have
kid.
a vote.
He-
Fool.
yeah,
His parents
I don't think
make
he's
his
really.
vote.
He should have. And honestly, I don't think he should have been there to watch. Randall
That's what I was
shot.
just saying, though.
Yeah, especially.
I don't think he should have been there to watch Randall, because that's just, a kid doesn't need to see somebody murked.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
needs to be there who doesn't need to be there. That's just even a grown adult.
Yeah.
But the reason why I think Carl should have been in the room with them, not for a vote, but so he understands why they came to that decision. Instead of being outside and then being like,
I
oh,
agree
sorry,
with that.
Carl, we have to murk this guy.
Yeah.
But why, Daddy? No, you let
We
him.
already made the
They need
decision.
to. They need to tell Carl,
Yeah.
you know, how it is. They need to break
Yeah.
it down for him. They need to explain it, not just tell him like you're a kid, you don't need to know what's going on.
Exactly.
Because even if it wasn't the zombie apocalypse, when you treat a kid like that, it's only gonna make them
It's gonna make
do
a rebel.
something rash and like do something so they can prove themselves to the group or whatnot. But if you treat him like an adult and say like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, blah blah blah, then he'll feel like he's in the group. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
and he won't run off.
Exactly. That was the point I was trying to make. You know, it's good.
My bad.
All right. So, what did you guys think about the core point of the entire episode?
Whether or not to kill Randall.
Yeah.
Murk
I
that.
think
Yeah.
I would have killed him. I think Dale's 100% right.
Really?
No. Dale
See,
was.
I was thinking you were gonna be in
what the
there.
podcast is about
See,
right here.
dude.
About to go
I
down.
knew Ryan would be on Dale's side. And I didn't.
See,
I didn't
yeah.
know where
Dale's
you'd stand.
Because when
I'm
the
not
episode
surprised.
kicked off and Rick was like, blah blah blah, we're gonna we gotta do what's in the best interest of the group, blah blah. I was like, whoa, wait. Last week in the Pwncast, I was talking about how Rick cares about people and how what I mean.
Yeah.
He's like the perfect hero. Right when the episode
and-
started, I was like, wow, Rick is actually tripping this time.
I love how Dale called him out on it. Like, you saved his life, and now you're just gonna go back on your
Dude,
decision and just murk him.
Dale Pones. Dale
Oh,
Pones.
he did.
Rest in
pump.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest
Dale
in peace.
Pones, man.
But dude, if like when he was talking to Carl, he was saying like, I'll bring you back to my group. We got a lot of supplies. Like, obviously he has ties to that group, so
Yeah.
you don't want to bring him into your group when
Dude,
you
when
know
he-
he's gonna get out and go to the group that has more people,
But
more
you gotta.
supplies.
But nobody else knows that. Only Carl knows.
When he was doing
Yeah.
That's
that,
true.
that was super,
That's true. But like, as me talking from the outside, like,
Yeah,
it's-
no, that was really sneaky though on his part.
yeah,
Like,
it's like that's when I was like,
obviously
nah, this
trying
fool
to-
needs to die. Instantly.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause he was
but nobody
talking-
else saw that. Carl was the only
Yeah.
one who saw that. And he knew that Carl wasn't really.
You can't
Carl's
just
not gonna
assume
go
that
after
he was
people.
telling
That
Carl
was
that because
Yeah.
he's grimy and with the 30 people. That could have just been him like, oh my god, fuck, these people are holding me prisoner, they're gonna fucking kill me, and then he sees this kid, he's gonna do whatever he has to do.
That's true.
You know,
That
to get
is-
out of that
yeah, that is
situation.
true.
So that everything he said could have been pure bullshit as well. Maybe he is a good kid. And
Yeah.
he's scared of Rick's group. Like
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure everyone in the group would agree once all their women start getting raped by these 30 fucking dudes running up on them.
Yeah.
definitely.
If any of them like just thought about that
Definitely.
for a second, they'd
No.
be like, "This kid needs
the
to fucking
30
die."
people are definitely a threat, but the kid locked up in a shed
You
is
really
no
think he's a
immediate
threat?
I think he's a threat by association.
He's a potential threat,
Yeah,
but he's
he's
not
a
a threat.
threat.
He is
in
a
the-
potential threat. That's true.
I mean, if it wasn't that big of a threat, then okay. Like, but
Yeah.
this is life and death. Like, this is
But
their.
that 30
No,
people
honestly, he
left
should-
him for dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
that's true.
is beneficial potentially to
But I
give
mean-
him a chance to prove himself.
I mean, Shane would leave Rick for dead if he had to, but he still
Yeah.
fucking loves Rick.
I'm
you
so
know?
torn right now. Like,
So I mean, who
Honestly,
knows? They
that
could
kid
all.
Randall should not have told Daryl
No.
about the whole raping thing.
Yeah.
Why did he even say
Yeah,
that? That
but-
did not help.
I
the
think he
situation.
was trying. I think he told Daryl that so he could.
to show his humanity.
Yeah, to show his own.
Yeah, I
humanity,
understand
exactly.
that, but I don't think making his group seem as horrible as they were. I mean, he was trying to alienate himself from his group. I
Oh,
understand
by
that.
saying that, he was telling Daryl how dangerous those 30 people are, which
Exactly.
gives Daryl more
Which
of a
gives
reason
Daryl-
to want to kill him.
Exactly. That wasn't very wise. He should have given Daryl as little reason to kill him. I understand that he was trying to show his humanity, but I don't know if that was the least risky.
Yeah.
That was the
He
most
should-
cautious way to do it.
He should go about it by just saying like, I can help the group. I have these skills. He should be like handing out
yeah,
his resume.
oh, he
and
should
shit.
be telling his skills. Exactly.
Yeah,
I can do this. I can help
exactly.
you guys with this. Not.
like, I
he
know
should
how to
not be
purify
talking about
water,
his
blah,
people
blah.
at all. He should.
Yeah.
Like him even talking about it. Him not talking about his people would alienate himself from his group more than talking about how horrible they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
That would
feel-
just make him.
Because that's just
that
yeah.
doesn't make him look good.
yeah.
Dale's poning point of saying how, if we kill this kid, we're no better than the 30 people we're afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
By the
what
way,
I'm
that was
saying?
an
We're
epic. That was an epic going out for him.
That's
Like
true.
saving the entire group's humanity
Yeah.
before he gets murked.
You know?
That's essentially what he just did this episode.
Yeah, we'll see next episode. They kill that fool.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill him. I don't know.
I mean, maybe this isn't the best comparison. I mean, maybe I sound dumb. But living in a post-apocalyptic world or living in medieval times, you know what I'm saying? If we strive and survive together, we can make it, through things and advance.
Right, but
You
you,
know what I'm
can't
saying?
always
But-
always make that good decision where you have to like save every single person or like let every single person who comes to you be in your group.
There are
It's-
dark times that you have to survive through sometimes. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, I guess.
But that doesn't mean throw peace out the window.
Well, no, I'm not saying throw peace out the window. I'm just saying you can't be that group that's like every single person that comes to you. Your humanity is so important that you let everybody in.
Why not though?
What's more important?
There's only
your
so many
humanity or your
resources.
survival?
I'm sorry, what was the
Survival?
question?
What the
I said,
fuck?
what's more important, your humanity or your survival?
Look at this.
You gotta balance it.
Humanity can come back. Survival can't come back. You either survive or you don't.
Who took my sticker
your-
off
what's
my
your
fucking
say on it?
lighter?
R.M. Howard.
I don't know if I'm gonna live without if
Can
I had to live without my humanity, it wouldn't even be worth living. I don't think I
Think
could.
Think about
would
the
say that.
future.
I knew
Think
you would.
about
Because
think
like
about
if
how
I
many lives
if I
in the
had to
future.
make decisions where like if I had to kill someone, you know, in this situation, or make the decision like, no, I don't trust this person, so we're gonna kill him because I'm gonna make the call that's in the best interest of the group, like without even considering like, you know, the peaceful option for everyone. We're all people. We're all equally people. We're all born into the world knowing nothing. We all have as much right to live as anybody else. None of us should have the call like I'm the leader of this group because you know I'm the best. I know what's up. So I'm gonna fucking decide like
What if you are the best though?
Yeah, dude.
That's what.
I'm not
that's
saying
what the whole-
I'm not
that's
saying
what
I
the jury
disagree.
thing
I'm
is
not saying I
about.
disagree with you.
If I had to make the if I was Shane, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
Dude,
if I couldn't,
because
if I couldn't be happy, if I had guilt in my life at all times, I wouldn't be able
Dude,
to.
think
survive.
about his actions. What they like without Shane doing what he did to fucking what's his name? That guy.
Otis.
Otis. Without him doing what he did to Otis, fucking what's the kid's name? God damn.
Carl.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
All right. If Shane wouldn't have done what
Dude,
he
I'm
did to
fucking stoned
Otis,
right now.
Carl wouldn't survive. So all the ancestry that comes off of Carl wouldn't have happened. So you can give all those lives that came off of Carl, all that is because of Shane. That's how he lives with himself, because he knows greater good is coming out of what he's
So
doing.
Brian, since Shane can
Yeah.
live when
You can justify it's how you choose to justify something. If he can
Yeah, but
justify it
anyone
that
can-
way and
anyone
have
can
peace of
justify
mind,
something.
more power to him. I personally would not be able to live with myself.
So you take the selfish route, and as long as you're happy, fuck everyone else on the lineage behind you.
Maybe that is how it is. I don't know.
That's not. Yeah, that's.
I don't.
mean,
I just
can
don't.
understand.
Dude, like, I would not want to be able. I couldn't live with shame or guilt of knowing that I did something like. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, murder is murder, dude. I wouldn't have been able to shoot Otis. Like, Otis was a good guy. Otis was a good guy. I mean, he came back and saved Shane 5 minutes before Shane killed him. The only reason Otis went on that run was because he felt bad for shooting Carl, so he went out there to try to save the kid. Otis was a good guy. I could not have shot him. It's just your nature. You just.
I feel.
I mean,
Shane-
I don't know.
it has
We
nothing
just
to
think
do with
differently. We
is
just
it
think
like
differently
is
about
it the right thing to do, like to fucking shoot Otis so I can save this kid? Like,
would you have shot Dale?
Yeah.
yeah, if Dale wanted to be shot,
Like he leaned
yeah.
into the gun, so you know that shit. Was
Yeah,
cool.
it would have been hard though. I don't
Well, I'm
know.
not the only one that
Really?
saw
I don't
that.
know.
He was
Yeah,
like,
he's
Dude, I would have done that
He
shit.
did the gun. I didn't
He
know.
leaned
It's like
into
he's
the,
suffering.
dude, they
Yeah,
tore
I
up
guess
his
I-
lungs. He could not talk, dude. He
Yeah.
leaned up.
Another
into that
thing we
gun.
need to clarify is we're all smoking weed and chilling around the coffee table talking about what we would or would not do in a zombie apocalypse when none of us know jack shit.
Yeah,
Just
none
for
of
the-
us know
honestly, in a zombie apocalypse, there's a 99% chance that all of us talking right now would be zombies.
Oh,
So
hell
like,
yeah.
I mean, what the fuck do we know? We're a bunch of
0.1% right
stoners. What the fuck? We none of us could contribute to the group in any positive way other than just being like the drawback stoner. But I'm just
I
saying,
don't know. I'm
Yeah.
surviving.
like, dude, we're just
Fuck all
normal
that dying
dudes.
shit.
None of us
You
are
know,
cops
dude.
or fucking like, but
Yeah, I'm not too worried about.
So, what I was
so
going to
maybe I
say
would
about,
shoot Dale in the head. I don't
about
know.
Shane, see, Rick and Shane, they're the two guys. You got good guy, you bad guy. They both come to the
Wait,
conclusion.
why did you point at me when you said bad guy?
I was just pointing to Walls.
What was that?
Did you point at me when you said good guy?
No, I just said
No.
good guy, bad guy. You know, good guy, bad guy.
Alright.
But anyway, the reason why, like, I mean, they both come to the decision that he needs to die in the end. You know,
Yeah.
the reason why I couldn't live like Shane makes a decision just like that fool needs to die. He doesn't think about it at all. He just makes an immediate right now decision. But that's horrible.
I agree with you that Shane doesn't think out his actions sometimes,
Dude, he doesn't
But
think out his actions
sometimes-
most times.
but
And most of the times he's right.
sometimes
He broke
is
down
right.
the- he broke
Not
down
all
the
He's
door.
time.
he's fueled by anger and just being like
He's
I'm
angry because
he-
everyone else is being such a pussy.
he needs to get over his I'm better than everyone attitude and start working with the group like everyone else works together.
Dude, he just
Is better than everyone else.
He's
That
cutting away
fool
the
would
bullshit.
survive so much better than everyone else by themselves. Like
I just feel like Shane
maybe
is like,
Daryl and
I agree that they still-
Shane would have been a great like fucking
If you're
conqueror,
talking, like,
fucking dictator,
Hell
like
yeah.
fucking medieval
That
lord.
fool-
We
or
already
something.
went over not liking
for sure.
dictatorships.
For sure.
yeah.
Well, like, if you want
But
to
he
talk
would not have
about
been a good
surviving to the
president.
dome, Shane and Dale got it. Like, to the dome, Shane and Dale all day.
Daryl,
Daryl, sorry,
Yep.
not Dale. Not
Gotcha.
Dale, you already saw. You already know.
he's outro.
He's outro.
R.I.P.
Yep.
That's so crazy,
Different subject.
man.
But, like, yeah, if you were
Yeah, I
Shane
know,
and you were
man.
living to the dome, Shane would definitely live longer than everyone in that group. I
Oh.
mean, Rick would probably live just as long.
When Dale like took off his hat and was like tearing up, and he was just like, "Why can't we just do what's right?" I was just like, "Dude, Dale, I love you, man.
Yep.
Like you're so
I agree
you're
with
so
Dale. I
awesome.
don't think you should
you
hurt
you
the
are
guy.
1 in 10 million.
Yeah,
one
wait
in
till
10 million.
Andrea's-
1 in 50.
Dude, wait till Andrea's getting raped by some fat redneck guy. Then what's he gonna
Dude,
say?
That hasn't happened yet.
I think
Yeah,
Andrea
it's-
might
So
Why
he's
haven't
told
he?
him that's what they do to women. If any of those people in that group find out where they are, all the women in that group are getting raped.
See, that's what
They don't
tears
know
me
where
right
the farm
there.
is.
That's why
Those
you
30
don't let
man's
go
gonna become
of the
tight
guy.
after
If you
it
let him
gets
go
there.
or let him be free, he might get away and cause that to happen. That's why you don't do that.
What did I just ask you?
Something about Rick Grimes?
what would I have done if I was Rick Grimes?
Yeah, Freddie, if you were Rick Grimes in the situation of tonight's episode, what would your call have been? Just out of curiosity.
I would have killed the guy.
You would have killed the guy?
Yeah. Just because it's just like
Yeah. Bitch.
Well, not just because
Give
like
me
the
all
whole.
cockeyed looking shit. Yeah. I would have killed him. I would have thought twice about it.
Do you
Yeah.
really think you could kill someone in that situation?
I don't know.
Like,
Just,
seriously, like to talk about it is one thing. To think it's right, to even
Dude, honestly,
believe with your whole heart that it's the right thing to do.
I
Could you really
honestly
do it?
don't think it would be that hard to pull the trigger and kill someone. I think it would be hard like right after you killed someone. I think it would be hard to kill like a second person. But I really don't think just like the first time. It's really not that hard to pull a trigger, dude.
Well, I mean, the physical process obviously doesn't take much effort. I understand that. But I mean, like the actual being able to bring yourself to do something like
I'd
that.
have
if I had
Zero problem.
to, if I knew that I had to, yeah.
if it was a greater good for the
Well,
whole
no,
like,
I mean
group.
self-defense.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like that, but to like make the call of like
Something
this
like in Rick Grimes' situation.
Yeah,
right?
like-
right when like Carl walked in, would I shoot him right after Carl walked out?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what I mean? No, not after.
I mean,
Carl.
you would. I mean, obviously. I mean, would you kill someone in front of your family? No.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and just doing it without?
I would.
Exactly.
I would do it. No, I would do
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
it. Well,
That's what I'm saying.
honestly, I'm
Your
against.
family's in
I'm
the
against
same
killing
boat.
the kid. But if I was in a different situation where it was someone I did have to kill, I would do it maybe in front of Lori. I'd rather not do it in front of Carl. But let's say it's someone like. Can't really think of a, let's say it's a villain in the series,
Okay.
and if Lori and Carl were right there, yeah, I might murk them in front of my family. If it was someone who was, raping people, and
Well, yeah,
if it was
no,
some
I
of the people
understand
from
that.
the, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, if you're in a post-apocalyptic world and there's some dude going around raping members of your community and you finally catch a guy, that's a completely different situation than like, the situation with Randall, the kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, I'm against. I don't really think.
Dude,
I'm
I-
more on Dale's side, honestly. I think.
Dude, it's kind of like the suicide situation. You give the girl the blade, she attempts it, doesn't happen, she's done with it. You give Carl the gun to kill the kid. When he can't do it, he's done with it. He's not fucking with it. It'll teach him the lesson that he needs to just relax, cause this shit's real. But
That's what you think they should do? Because I think Carl would fucking pull that trigger.
yeah, he might.
and
He
that
might.
shit would
If he
not
pull,
help.
yeah, it'd go
I
one
think
way or
Carl
the
would
other.
Guarantee
Yeah.
pull
Well,
the trigger.
now-
Especially if they gave him a gun and said, "Carl, it's your choice." He'd be like, "Oh, okay." Bow, bitch.
Yeah,
you
that's
dead now,
true.
sucker. My name's Carl fucking Grimes.
And that
I'm
fool's gonna
grimy
be
as
the
fuck.
leader of some shit in the future.
Well, now
He's
that
gonna
now
be the
that, he
gangster.
saw the zombie
Carl's
murk
an OG.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Carl murk Dale. Is it Dale? His
I'm
name
pretty
Dale,
sure
right?
he's dead.
Dude.
Dale, yeah. All right.
Dude, I can't
yeah.
believe Dale's dead,
I
man.
can't believe that's how Dale died.
I
That's
mean,
so
right?
crazy.
He went out like a bitch.
All right, hey Ryan.
Yes, sir.
If you were gonna, you're not gonna kill Randall. Do you bring him back into your group or do you just let him go?
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry.
I
You
think.
can answer the question.
I
first,
think-
I know what I would do.
Okay, if I was Rick, and this is off the top of my dome. If I was Rick, I would think the best thing to do is to keep him in custody for a little while. You know, keep him locked up for like a week or so. You know, while we discuss things with the group. But definitely not hold him like a fucking prisoner in the shack with his like hands tied behind his back, all hot as fuck with no water, no food. That's fucked up. All right, they should hold him like fucking I don't know.
Resources, homie.
All right, you know what I would do?
Dude,
I
you're not
would-
even letting me finish though, man.
Oh, I thought that was.
Okay,
The
long
bulk of your-
long
that
long
was
story
the
short.
summary.
Long story short, I think the best thing to do is hold him in custody. You know, talk to him to the point where you feel you get a first impression of him. Not say, you know, getting to know him, so to speak, but a first impression of who he is. And then put a fucking escort on him and let him, you know, work around the group and hopefully eventually get him to join, you know, Rick's group.
Yeah.
And if he escapes, he escapes and they have to leave the farm or find a new place or, you know, fortify. But, I mean, they did the right thing. As opposed to shooting fucking him and becoming no better than the 30 people that they're afraid of. Like, I don't know.
All right, now here's my option. That's doesn't carry any risk, but is slightly more humane than just hanging him. I would just hold him and try to keep him until his leg's healed, and just help him out, get his leg better, and then just drive him off and just leave him somewhere. Because I mean, we already did
See,
that.
that's putting risk. Yeah, that's putting risk to the
That was
group
last
driving
episode.
him out there, though. You know?
I think that risk isn't really that. Dude, honestly,
What happened last time they tried to drive him somewhere?
I guess there
Yeah.
really wouldn't be anything wrong with that. But, I mean, at
I
the
think-
same time,
I
if
think
he's
that
like,
risk is
if he's
a
like,
humane
dude,
risk to take besides killing him.
At some
And I
point,
think they could get away with it. Really,
Yeah.
honestly, dude, they were kind of sitting around there bullshitting at that place for a while, arguing. They just don't need to argue about it. Need to go somewhere, leave him there, maybe give him a gun and like leave throw the clip somewhere and then just drive away.
there's
Still
like,
Easter egg hunt. Here's your
I would
treasure
do
map.
that. I'd give him a gun, throw the clip somewhere, drive off. You know.
you got to keep in mind that there's so many other different points of view other than the points of view that occur to your dome. You know what I mean? There's different ways of looking at it.
Oh,
Like
no,
you
I
could,
understand that. I'm just throwing out the point of view from my dome.
like I
What
mean,
else am gonna
like
do besides
take
my
into, I mean,
opinion?
try to look at it from the kid's perspective.
Mix it
There's
up.
the possibility that he doesn't even want to go back to those 30 people. You know, like they
He
didn't.
probably doesn't want to go
You
back
know
to
what
those
I'm
30
saying?
people.
So,
but
like, give him-
I don't know him, and I don't want him in my
But
group.
you don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey Ryan. All right. Well, let's say he is in the group. They let him. All right. You know, he gained their trust and he's helping out the group. And then later they meet up with those 30 people and they're like, "You think he'll turn your back on the group just to? Because he knows that, you know, maybe he."
Which group is he gonna go with?
It's a
Yeah,
possibility.
you know, you can easily turn your back, even though you helped him and saved his life. He's like, "Oh well, fuck you guys."
Put him in custody.
These guys got bigger guns.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, what's up, guys?
It's
Bigger
fucked
guns.
up,
you
but
know?
just if it's fucked
I'm
up, but in that
afraid,
situation, I
remember
guess
me?
just lock
You
him
know, in
up.
that situation, he'd probably just turn his back on you, even though he saved his life. You know, I mean, 30 guns against like 15 heads and like minimal guns, like yeah.
I think in that situation, if they welcomed him to the group and then the 30 domes showed up, and if those 30 domes are as like brutal or like evil as he says they are, like raping women and killing people and shit, obviously I think he would rather stay with Rick's group if he does become part of them. Like, why the fuck would he like?
What if he's grimy though?
If he's
What if
grimy,
you
then
don't
he
know
is.
he was one of
If he's
them?
grimy, then he is grimy, and
Right,
then
right.
that sucks.
That's not the
Doing
risk you
the
wanna
right thing
take.
fucked us
Yeah.
over, but I don't know, man.
You don't
I mean,
think
the whole scene with him talking to Carl and beckoning him towards unlocking him and
Mhm.
freeing him really kind of made me question his.
That
his
goes
honesty,
back
you know?
to what I just said about you got to keep in mind there's other ways to look at it. What if the whole reason he gave that spiel to Carl was because he was afraid that Rick is going to kill him? You know what I mean?
You're right. He
He
probably
thinks that
is
whole
afraid
group.
that
He
Rick
thinks
is
the
gonna
whole.
kill him.
He thinks the group is
But
just
it
fucking
just-
gun to his
it
head.
just showed how two-faced he is. How he's able to.
If you're in that situation and you knew that they were gonna kill you and you saw an opportunity,
Yeah,
like
but
if
it
you were in
just
that
shows
situation,
his
I would say whatever the fuck I had to say to get
Oh.
out of there.
All right. On that note, after he's thinking that these are people that are going to kill him, if they do try to leave him in his group, how much is he going to trust them? You know what I mean? They blindfolded him and put a gun to his head.
Dude,
What if he doesn't get over that?
times change, people change. After 2 months of them not trusting
Right, but
you,
What if he doesn't get over it? What if that was a traumatic incident for him and he doesn't, he's an emotionally unstable person?
dude, what if anything, man? I mean,
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. I completely agree with you.
Shit, you say that, it just ends everything.
Man, I'm sorry I brought up Code Geass.
Oh my
I should
god,
know.
you brought
Code
up
Geass,
Code
or what?
I
Oh,
should
you
know
haven't
this
seen
song.
Code
Oh, you're
Geass?
whack, Freddy? Yeah, that's what's good.
You are so
Sucks,
whack,
man.
Freddy.
Damn, you don't know what's good on an epic
It's only
story.
50 episodes, Freddie. You should see what's good.
Oh, seriously? Yeah, that's
That's
right.
50
It is only
reasons to
50
not watch
episodes.
it.
This fucking guy.
Oh my god.